Oh, yeah. St. Ricketts! But fire cannot burn at www.saintricketts.com. We love these guys. Gave the boys a little hold right there. It is St. Ricketts, of course. Jewel, your niece, is our new #1 fan. She's out there already. Ready to go before it all. Jewel, I think you're still on mute.
Oh, hello. I'm sorry.
I got rid of it. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is Tuesday night. It is post-Easter holiday. And it is a brand new 100% live episode of The You Show.
Yep.
Yep. I am Jeff the Shark Perini. Feeling pretty damn good tonight. With me, as always, the co-hostess with the mostest, the sister from another mister. I'm going to say it again because I love to embarrass her. The #1 most beautiful face in all podcast, webcast, broadcast, simulcast, bodycast. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Miss Jewel Tatey. Jewel, good evening.
Good evening, Jeff. How are you doing tonight?
We're doing great. I went with the kind of outer space backdrop again. We had no backdrop, and I'm like, man, it's awfully dark. But we fixed it.
Yeah, this fits. This fits tonight, I feel.
It does fit tonight. We're kind of in a pow, bang, zoom tonight with our very special guest. It's a great one, too. Jewel, the Party Nerdz, is easily one of the biggest public relations marketing company in all the area, and they show up to all the big movies and they do all the great parties. And we have their co-founder tonight, a super cool guy, Mr. Darnell Hicks, as a very special guest. Jewel, I got a little bit of a problem. I went with this picture because the other picture is Darnell looking all jacked in his red, and he looks like a total stud. And I'm like, wait a minute, I need to be the biggest stud on the Yo Show.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, we got to tone Darnell down.
I like the Eagles fit.
Me too, though. I also like that. JD Wolf is here and early or on time, I should say. Good evening, Mr. JD Wolf. JD Wolf, for you tonight, you know it.
Alyssa beat you.
I know, Alyssa beat you. Wow, that's awesome. In a little bit tonight, maybe another 10 minutes or so, we're going to play the brand new song Bleed Lines by Sepsis. We didn't really, talk about the band about it, but Will's like, get it out there. I'm like, I'm getting it out there. Rain in the house. Rain, Jewel and I have come up with a deal with Rain to have one of her bands come on and do a Wednesday night program. As you know, we'll talk about Wednesday night later and what the plans were, what the plans are going to be now, and Rain is going to come on and talk about her band. Very excited for that. I already heard it, JD. Trust me, dude. Easter in my house, I offended my grandmother-in-law's 90-year-old boyfriend. with a little sepsis.
Oh, that's not offensive.
Not to me, it's not.
It's a party.
If you're 90, it's a little off. We had a lot of great stuff to talk about tonight. A great Tuesday night, and we're here. Like I said, Wednesday we'll talk about later. We got some commitments we didn't want to pass up on. Might be taking a few weeks off in the summertime. We don't know yet. We got a lot going on. And Jewel and I always manage to get it done here on the Yo Show. Top 5 list. Let's get right to it, Jewel. Well, first of all, let's thank our guests from last week. I'm jumping all over the place. I'm too excited tonight.
You keep skipping that part.
I know, right?
Weeks. We should thank the last month's guests.
Right, I got no common courtesy anymore. I've become one of those. I've become the webcasters and broadcasters we always hated.
Never that.
Never that. No pun intended. Anyway, a massive thanks last week, Jewel, and one hell of an amazing show. The guys from Mojo Moji. Woo! And I tell you what, Jewel, I don't know if you saw my post the other day, but I posted how I'm pathetic, JD Wolf. You're going to be taking over soon. I posted how I miss Velvet Revolver, and after listening to Dog Lips Grian telling all the stories about Scott Weiland, and listening to the guys going about music, there is no script. And just listening to their music and etc. I love this band. I love Mojo Moji. They're red hot. More from them, of course. And you go to their website, and all their new songs are there. And just great stories of previous ones.
Stone Temple Pilots. Just those small bands.
Right, small. If you ever heard them, maybe not. they played music every once in a while on the radio.
You know, it's funny. Like, it came on over Easter weekend, like both bands. I'm like, yeah, just interviewed these guys. And my family's
Right.
like, what? What? I'm like, you should know this if you follow me.
For the love
And
of
the
God,
show.
dude! Like, my brother's like, "Hey, a collective soul," I'm like,
For the love of God.
man. You know, it's
the same thing.
it's sad and also heartwarming that J.D. Wolf knows more about our lives than our family.
I know.
We love
JD,
you, J.D. When the shirts do come back, dude, I got you.
He
We're
definitely
orchestrating.
needs one.
We're orchestrating shirt making and trying to get the pink done in time for the benefit, may or may not, but we do what we can. We work hard here. Apparently, I heard somebody's working harder. Whatever. We're not going there tonight. We're going to the top 5 list there, Jewel, because it's Jewel's favorite category. And in honor of Darnell Hicks and the Party Nerds and
yeah.
superhero movies, top 5 favorite Marvel DC characters. And I will
So
start
hard.
out.
This is so hard.
It is hard, and I didn't do justice because I missed some. But I didn't want to go with just movie. Like, yeah, everybody wants to go with, the movie ones, like the sexy chicks. But I didn't do that. I went back to the basics, and number 5 is Superman. And to me, there's something about Superman that is just the invincible hero. Why is it 5? I have no idea. Number 4 is the Hulk. And I've grown to love the Hulk, and I started loving Ruffalo's Hulk, and then Smart Hulk, who's half man, half Hulk, and all that stuff. I love it. Number 3, and I give all the credit in the world to Robert Downey Jr., Iron Man. He really made Iron Man and Tony Stark fun and funny and lovable
cool
and
just
cool.
yeah.
Right, so Iron Man went from like this cheap piece of tin to like the coolest superhero on earth.
And corny. Like, he was corny with his little goatee. And then Robert Downey came out with it and was like, oh, okay.
Kinsey King in the house. Good evening.
Hello.
Thank you for tuning in. He got a hey babe wherever he is. Okay. All right. Love connection right here on the Yo Show. Number 2 is Spider-Man. Now, I know he got brought into the Marvel Universe. It cheated a little bit, but I love me some Spider-Man. I moved it. I had a lot of family over. People were mocking being on the Yo Show. There's a picture of our cousin Nikki sitting in the seat, and he Snapchatted it. He goes, "We're live." It was pretty cool.
And that's cool. It's like a set. It's like the friend
It
set. Like,
was,
people just have
yeah.
to come and take pictures.
Right, like pay $25 and take pictures like you're on the Yo Show.
That's my bedroom. It's like half of my bedroom is dedicated to.
This whole basement is dedicated. Everyone's like, Jesus Christ. Number 1, of course, ladies and gentlemen, if you know me well enough, it is Batman. It's definitely Batman. And I wanted, like I said, I wanted the women. I wanted, like, what's good? Everything's good, dude. We appreciate it. Look like a musician, which we love here. We love musicians. And Rain invited them. Thank you, Rain. And, dude, we love it. We love music. We love independent bands. We do talk and some banner, top 5 lists. We have a great time here.
Rain's
So,
awesome, man.
so settle in. And I know she really is. She is super. Can't wait to get her on the show and talk about her music. A lot of great stuff. She's
When you
got-
get Wednesdays will open up once summer hits for me. So
Okay.
it's
I
trying
like
to orchestrate some stuff.
Because we got a couple Wednesday announcements coming up, and one's the night before my birthday. Jewel Tatey, top
Yes.
5, Marvel, DC, all that good stuff.
This is so difficult, and everyone
Banner.
knows I'm what
I was looking for a
Banner?
banner. This way everybody sees
Bruce,
what
Bruce Banner.
Haha, nicely done.
Yeah, everyone knows I'm a DC person, obviously, but I do love Marvel. They have excellent casting. But my first one has to be I love the character of She-Hulk. Like, I really wasn't too familiar, and then I got familiar once I was her for Halloween. But I enjoyed the show. It could have been better, obviously, but it had great points, and I just like her. And like you said, she's a smart Hulk, so she's pretty badass. Number 4. Man, do I love the Winter Soldier and Bucky Barnes and the
Wow,
casting,
you and
because
everybody else.
Sebastian Stan is just so good. He's just so good, and he's believable as that person. And on the series that they had, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier,
Yeah.
that was very well done as well. But yeah, Seb Stan and Bucky Barnes. And, you know, 3 have to be the trilogy, the triad. But Superman, definitely number 3. I always liked Superman, but man, when Henry Cavill stepped in those boots, it's like,
So
oh
easy.
my, it's just insane. Like, you watch the movies and it's like the video game, or how you would picture a comic book. Like, he's just a living, breathing cartoon character, and he is Superman. So, I mean, Christopher Reeves, yeah, and that dude from Scott Pilgrim, I forget his name, but yeah, Henry Cavill. It'll be sad to see that change, because that was like the only good casting that I agreed with DC the past like 10 years. Suicide Squad was good too. I liked Harley Quinn and the Jokers, but
Joker.
number 2, I love Batman. I love pretty much everyone who plays Batman. I just think Batman is so cool. He doesn't have
Christian
any
Bale.
problems. He grows old and he gets beat up. He does have money, but man, he's just an ass kicker. And
I buy that.
Bats. And number 1, it's no surprise. But I love Wonder Woman, and she is the bit. I just watched like the beginning of Shazam, and Wonder Woman is in it so much.
Really? I have not seen Shazam, and we're going to hit up Darnell for some of his reviews. I did not see Shazam yet. Wonder Woman, I knew you had coming to number 1, and again, not to dwell on it, Jewel is a fantastic Wonder Woman for Halloween when she wears a costume. She's had a bunch of different costumes. It's a great look for you. And Darnell actually had Darnell had like a cosplay Wonder Woman contest. I'm like, oh man!
I saw this. Yeah.
Right?
Nowhere to Bill.
Yes.
JoJo. I know.
Heath Ledger was definitely the best of all time.
I love the variations though. I love Jared Leto's. I love friggin' Joaquin Phoenix. Like, they all play a different part. And that was my argument with Wonder Woman. Like, I just want to see different versions of her. You know, big, buxom. Like, they picked one chick. Like, there should be multiple. Don't get me started. Or get me started, because it's the night for that.
Right, it is definitely the night to get you started. Like, I was going to go with like the Yelena Belovas and everybody that's sexy in the movie. But I'm like, nah, don't do sexy in the movie. And here Jewel comes out with Winter Soldier, because she likes Bucky in that tight outfit.
But I love his character. I love
But that's part of it. The actor they get, some of them really nail it.
Yeah.
Like, for me, that Ed Norton thing wasn't the Hulk. Ruffalo or something.
No. Oh my God. Ed
Right.
Hulk was awful. I saw that in the movies. I'm like, what
same.
is this? Awful.
And even like no disrespect to Captain America, but they could have done better, but it's just like, it wasn't blowing me away. The performance didn't blow me away to the point where I'm like, yeah.
Generic, you know.
I mean, on that we could have went with Angela in the House. Yo, hey, I actually saw Angela about a week ago. Couldn't believe it. Out in public. It's a great night. What do you think of New Joker or Lady Gaga? I want to see it. I think she looks kind of cool in the makeup, etc. So we've got to see how the movie is. And
Yeah.
I'm definitely going in with guns a-blazing, eyes open, and ready to check it out.
Same. Like, I think she surprises people, and her as Harley, you know, she's a New York girl, and I think she can pull, and especially if it's a musical. Like, I don't know what Joaquin's going to be doing, but like, I'm here for the Harley Quinn siren song.
I definitely am. And you know what? I was skeptical. I was one of those people who a couple years back when she played with Metallica, and I'm like, not my Super Bowl halftime. Why not? You know, why am I so anti-Gaga? I like Metallica.
Good.
You were a bad influence. Thanks. Poor Brent Worrell had to wait around and drive us home. Thanks, Brent.
Oh, I want to hear this story.
It's not that bad. I just got pretty loaded, and I was doing okay. But we started early in the day at Bailey's for wings. And then from Bailey's,
starts.
Oh, that's where it always starts. From Bailey's, we went to Odd Logic. From Odd Logic, we went to Murphy's, which I don't know how that happened.
Yikes. That's a full day right there.
Top 5 female heroes.
I love Hawk Girl. I love what's the magician's name? I love her.
Show for a room. I know you did, but my wife was there. Yeah, baby.
Good.
He was going. It wasn't bad. I got that slurring thing going on. So got
Catwoman's amazing too.
Catwoman
as a villain.
I don't don't really know. I have to I got to do some research. Like for me, Catwoman, but it's Catwoman played by Julie Newmar. And there was I know it's 60s,
Yeah.
but whoo,
No, that's
Julie
great.
Newmar. Ah, perfect Batman. Oh, Eartha Kitt used to go perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a '90s kid, and she was always the old lady in Harriet the Spy, so it kind of threw me off the whole
A little
Catwoman.
bit. A
We'll
little
go over there and get an idea. That was the line.
bit. Well done. That was very good. I want to do this little piece before we do anything else. First of all, a very happy birthday over this past Sunday to one of our musical and influential heroes, one of the people we've grown to love, the band. I've seen them live. We share a lot of their shit. We're going to share their brand new song in a moment. So happy belated birthday to Miss Melissa Wolf, of course,
Oh yeah.
of Sepsis. And it's a great picture. I didn't know what picture I wanted to use. I had a ton of them. I'm like, this one, that one, this
I
one,
love
that
it.
one. She is cute. You know, she's cute,
Always
but
looks
also
good.
she's cute, but also badass. She always does look good. And you got to meet her in person, Joe. I know the show's coming up in
No.
June. I know it's tough for you to get out there, but they're the best in person. Her and Will and Cam and Lexi, and they're all just great in person because they love their fans, man. As much as the music, they love their fans. And of course, when I wish Melissa happy birthday, I shared a big spot on my page. I didn't even say happy Easter to anybody. I just say happy birthday.
Happy
The Swarm
Easter.
Queen. All hail. I agree, JD Wolf. That's how we found you. And you've been our friend and our follower and our fan ever since. We love you for it. Happy birthday, Melissa. Let's get down to the stuff. Jewel, a brand new song was released Friday by these guys. It's called Bleed Lines, and it is terrific. Joel's lazy like. Anyway, it is called Bleed Lines. Wow. The band is Sepsis. They don't even know I'm doing this tonight, but they kept saying, put that song out, get it out there. So we're going to get out there right here.
You have to ask us twice.
What's that?
You don't have to ask us twice.
Exactly. So it's about 3.5 minutes long. We're going to rock it out right here. Brand new Sepsis Bleed Lines right here on the Yo Show. We'll be back in 3.5. Darnell Hicks coming up at 8:30. Enjoy. We're right back here on the Yo Show. That's enlarge the screen. The Yo Show.
What program, what channel, what is designed by you and me? How we've remained the fight comes first.
All right, brand new from Sepsis, one of our favorite bands. Bleed Lines is the song. It is out now, as JD Wolf said, on all platforms. Thank you, brother. Thanks for always having my back and watching my half-assedness. Spotify and Apple Music and just anywhere you download. YouTube, of course, and a great song. Joel Tatey, Sepsis is back.
Oh my god, I'm so excited. I have to see these guys live no matter what it takes. But
So
Melissa's
good.
just so amazing.
She is, and I love her. And, again, we do a lot with the female artists, female fronted bands. And again, it's not a cliche, it's not a selling point, it's not a catch. It's legit because they are dominating the music scene. Of course, Sepsis is coming to Love Drafts Friday, June 16th. I did, in fact, purchase my tickets. Modern Mimes is the other band. They will be on the Yo Show coming up in a few weeks yet. And it's just going to be so amazing. Oh, you don't have to tell me. My ticket is purchased, my friend. Me and the wife are going up. Now I'm just going to get the hotel room. Trying to get Jewel. I do realize it's hard for Jewel to get out there, but I will sleep on the floor, Jewel, and give you the bed or the spare bed or whatever I got to do to get you out there.
That is recital weekend, but if I can make it happen, I will.
I'm going to get a lot of heat from the band if you're not there.
I know.
Got to slap a black wig
It's
on
the
the wife
worst
and be like,
weekend. Everything always happens that weekend. It's like the
Always.
middle weekend of June. Everything occurs.
And I want to remind you again, Jewel, because I missed it last week too. And it was a little bit of a ride. I explained to the guys, like, no offense, I love yous. It was a little bit of a haul. Anyway, where the heck is it at? I lost the ad. Anyway, Strange Culture will be back this weekend. The venue's only 50 minutes away instead of an hour 20. So maybe we get to see Strange Culture this weekend. Another great band. They are from like Bethlehem area, so they do play a lot of upstate stuff by Pottstown, etc. So try to get out and check out Strange Culture before their appearance here on the show. Just so many great bands. We love them all so very much. And we've had people, Jewel, I've been reached out by a few bands, and I don't want to mention names. I'm now at the point where I give out no information about anything I find out because podcast, webcast, broadcast is full of whores. But anyway, like I found, right, wow. I found a couple bands have reached out to me and said, dude, we have a potential venue. We got potential bands. Yo Show it. Let's have a Yo Show festival. And I got to tell you, I'm geeked about the idea. There was actually venues, Jewel, up around, like past Northeast. Huntington Valley, to be exact, had a venue. And I just don't know if it's what we're after. We'll talk about
That's
it later.
my area. Let's go.
Right? I kind of gave up on texting Jewel because you get an answer back 6 days later.
Hey, you know what? I like to unplug sometimes. I think it's healthy to unplug
I don't
and
blame
just throw that phone across the room.
Speaking of unplugged, Joel, look what I got. I got us a set of travel microphones, these little mini mics, and they're actually pretty cool. We tested them. They block out like window. My wife had the dishwasher on. I was in the kitchen, and I actually did like a little sample video, and you don't hear any background noise.
Be great for outside.
Right, it's good for streaming. Like you plug it into my phone, we each get a microphone, and I'm telling you, it's pretty clear.
Probably better than the crap I have here.
I don't know about all that, because this is pretty good. But, yeah, like we had thousands of dollars of equipment at Murphy's, and we sound like we're in the subway.
That's true. Yeah, you need one of those windscreens or something.
Windscreen. We need a goddamn wind tunnel or something. But these mics are pretty cool, and they clip to your shirt, or you could hold it. Yeah. It's not on now, so if everybody's like, "Man, it sounds great," it's not on. But anyway, just more technology, more stuff that we are gathering up here to make our Yo Show live.
Learning. It's a learning curve.
I test in the kitchen. Right, my buddy said always test where noise is. So my wife had the dishwasher going. I'm like, perfect, and I'm talking, and you don't hear the dishwasher. Unfortunately, you hear nothing but me, which is absolutely terrible. But let's get into it, Joel. I am ready. Is he ready? I see him getting the perfect camera angle. He gave me a little laugh because he knows he's trying to.
Give him a minute if he needs
He'll give him a minute. I hear the perfect camera. It's so hard to get exactly everything you want.
So
Even now with the lighting,
I know.
like the Funko Pops are like glared now. I'm like disgusted by it all. Get excited, JD Wolf,
We
because
get
this
back
guy.
in the studio. That's what we need to do.
You think we're fun and rowdy? I got 2 thumbs up. You think we're fun and rowdy? This guy is the fun. He is the party, and he is the co-creator of the Party Nerdz, which is one of the biggest PR and marketing firms, etc., here in the Pennsylvania area. And it's super cool what he does. And I got invited to a couple of these movies by my friend Christian, and it's always on show night. So don't hate me, Darnell. I love you. We're going to get out there soon. Anyway, let's give it up for one of the coolest damn dudes in all of PA and the world, maybe. Mr. Darnell Hicks, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah!
Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it.
We appreciate you being here. Really do. And look at that,
Oh,
Joel.
man.
Yeah.
I
I
made it.
I'm trying to get the right angle right here. All right, there we go. We good?
Yeah, you got the Iron Man helmet. And,
Oh, I got nothing but nerdy stuff here. You know, we got old school Jig Down toys. We got everything.
Man, that's cool.
Hey, Darnell, is that Bob Ross right behind you?
Oh, of course it is.
Yeah.
I got Bob Ross right here, and not only that, I got my man Mojo Raleigh, who's actually a friend of mine, wrestler, and he's a huge Bob Ross fan. So, look, when it comes to being a nerd, I really am the stereotype. You know, these people, they look at me, they're like, "Oh, you look like an athlete." Like, no. I'll read comics all day. How you guys doing tonight?
We're doing great, man. Thanks so much for coming on. And when I told the audience, and I've been telling my wife, like, a guy who's partying, upbeat, and rowdy, that's your thing, man. And we love that here. And you're already blowing me away. I always think I'm excitable. Well, you got me beat. And I had to, you talk about nerds and looking like an athlete, I had to change the picture. I had to picture you with the guns out, looking tough. And I'm like, wait a minute. I got to be the toughest dude on the Yo Show. So we went with your Spider-Man.
You got the better beard than me, man. I'm struggling right here, you know?
It's a lot of work, dude. It's a lot of work, a lot of money. I'll turn you on to a great project. See, I went with that picture. A little less jacked.
Sure.
It is a great
I was all eviled out at that during that day, yeah. So
very heartbreaking, dude. I feel your
those
pain.
are a lot of pops. Are those pops behind you? What's behind you?
They're Funko Pops. I know what the
Wow.
hard to say. I got them. I got a whole rack up here. Table. Oh, dude, I got about 300 or 400. It's a disaster.
So you, my friend, are a nerd as well. Welcome to the club.
I am a total nerd. Absolutely. Our boy Philly
here.
Frank in the house. Frank said make sure you say hi to Darnell. Frank, of course, does the Dream Team models in the area. He knows you. And he said, yeah, man, say hi to Darnell. He's like, you know, he's more than me, man. He's out there hustling. And we all are. We all want to be out there seen. And more or less, Darnell, before we even get into questions, is something I want to know. We're out there. We work. It's a little bit of a job, etc. But you want to bring the party. Am I right? You want people to have new stuff to do. Am I correct?
Right. I mean, one thing with the Party Nerds, like even when we got started, it was all about, we started off we were event planners. So it was me and my partner, Jorge Vergara. You know, we were both working in nightlife. I was a manager at Top Dog. You know, we would have shows. We would have fashion shows. And we just wanted good energy. So, you know, when we were like, all right, you know, Taylor Mills, who was the owner during the time, would be like, you know, I want you guys to throw a party. And then we'd be like, all right, what are we going to do? Let's make it nerd themed. So we would bring in like body painters, paint them up like Iron Man. We would have like Diley Gonzalez. We would have a Nero, and we would put on parties. But like you said, it's all the energy, because like if you have bad energy around, it doesn't translate. But when you pick good people, it makes all the difference.
Makes sense.
And how did that translate, like event promotion to just starting this whole venture of like this online? Were you always online promoting events, or how did that translate? Like, because you have a huge Instagram following now with just all of these amazing cosplayers that I personally follow as well. So how did that translate? When did that happen for you? I'm sure it grew during like quarantine and stuff like that as well.
So we actually, Party Nerds officially began in 2012. So this is still like,
wow,
like the birth of Instagram era. This is right when it kind of MySpace was kind of phasing out and Instagram was kind of becoming big. You know, so during 2012, social media still wasn't that big. So believe it or not, we were one of the first nerd meme accounts on Instagram. You know, so we would just do like Darth Vader taking a selfie. You know, we would go to New York Comic Con and put pictures up there. But again, being one of the first, it was like us. It was like Blurred Vision. You had Boss Logic. All of us were we were newcomers back in the day. But, you know, just to answer your question, the social media was just kind of a branch from the events because people, whenever we threw these parties, they wanted to see pictures. So how are they going to see the pictures unless we throw it up on Facebook, Instagram, whatever? And that kind of started the whole branching out and networking.
And that's funny you say that because I remember going to Comic-Con back in like 2011 and there was no one. It was empty. I was like 5 feet away from Stan Lee, Lou Ferrigno. Like you could literally like walk up to these legends. And then it seemed like, I don't know, 3 years after that, it blew up. I don't know, with like the Marvel universe or whatever. But Comic-Con went from being this like thing for us nerds to everyone and everything and anything imaginable was there. And it was jam-packed and almost, I mean, just it wasn't like the early days. Did you get that just going to cons?
Yeah. Well, actually, you hit the nail on the head, Joel. Like before, like probably I would say 2000, Comic Cons were just really like niche things. You would have like Trekkies. Trekkies loved it. You know, they had their Star Trek conventions, but it wouldn't be in a convention center. It'd be like the Adams Mark Hotel.
Right.
You know, you would have William Shatner there signing autographs, and this is the early days. You know, like early days of nerddom. But you're right. Like I think honestly, because we actually talked about this on our podcast. I think it's when the X-Men movies started getting bigger, is people started looking at nerd culture differently. You know, mind you, this is before Iron Man, because Iron Man took it through the roof. Robert Downey in that Iron Man, then nerd culture was popular. But yeah, like you said, cosplayers, they've been around for a minute, but they just didn't get any, you know, they didn't have social media, so how could people know they exist? It's not like 3, 6, and 10 Philadelphia news channels. They didn't, you know, see, I'm a local guy. I remember this. So they wouldn't talk about cosplayers. You wouldn't read about them in magazines. So again, social media opened up the door for, you know, the first wave of cosplayers, which would be like, you know, Kristen Huey, Jessica Negri, Tony Ireland, who's actually a friend of ours too. You know, they were like the original crop doing it before everyone. And now, you know, cosplay, if people's grandmothers are doing cosplay, it's an awesome thing. You know, it's a great thing.
And B, cosplay, you know?
Yeah.
I have
Who are
tried.
you? I'm deaf.
I know.
You can be anyone you want, though. That's the best part of it. But I was just watching, it was like a Brooke Shields documentary. And they're like, man, back in the 80s, you had like a handful of celebrities. Now, there's so many celebrities, like there's no way anyone can keep up. And that's what it is. It's just, it's so much. How do you like filter down who because people come on your show and you promote a lot of people. How do you pick and choose who's worthy of that? Because there is so many and it just does get oversaturated sometimes.
Well, to take what you're saying and back it up a little bit, the reason we kind of got into like the party nerds, like with the parties and going to cons, is because for years I worked in nightlife. And don't get it wrong, all my nightlife people, you know, I met Frank, you know, me and Frank used to do like college mansion parties together. We used to do all this stuff back in the day. But there's a certain superficialness to nightlife that after years of working, I was a host at HQ. I worked at Pool After Dark, you know, so I'm around people like, hey, I'll take that bottle for $25,000. And, you know, you love the people, but they're just like, after a while, you're like, oh, I'm over this. So when I met, actually, Bravo, Nick, I can't even say his last name. Nick, you know your last name. It's something very Italian. Me and him would talk about like Deadpool early on. You know, we would always start vibing. And when I went to my first Comic-Con, and I think that was, I could be wrong, like 2014 or 15, it's like everything changed. I was just like, I like these people. I was like, no one's judging anyone. No one's trying to look impressive other person. Everybody was just themselves. And that feeling just made me like, you know what, let's take this, let's run with it. You know, let's start a business, let's network. And since then, you know, that's what we've been doing. You know, we all still work. The Party Nerds are 9-to-5 jobs, but you know, it's a fun, I don't want to say side hustle, that don't sound right, but it's still a fun thing to do. And you know, we have sponsors, you know, we do get money and stuff like that. It's a fun thing, man. I just feel blessed.
That's awesome. And no, you can't say side hustle because that's not a nerd slang. That's the street slang, side hustle.
Passion project. That's what we do. It's our passion project.
It really is a passion project.
Thank you. See?
I like you coin. And Darnell, not for nothing, not to do this early, but I saw you had a Wonder Woman contest. Jewel is one of the greatest Wonder Womans you'll ever want to see. One of these times, we got to do something around Halloween. Have her get the costume on. You got to check it out. She's a fantastic
gosh.
Wonder Woman. It's like she's
Jewel,
made
so
for the
you
role.
you've done Wonder Woman cosplay?
Yeah, I did it at a con one time, and I was so nervous. I just didn't know what to do. But like you said, the reception that you got just for dressing up, like, I don't know, I felt like a little celebrity. I'm like, people wanted my pictures, little kids, and I'm like, I could get used to this. But no, it's just so, like, I know the community you're talking about, and it's so welcoming, and it's so fun and it's freeing, and you just get to be whatever you want to be. And I love it. And I've always been into, the comic books and cartoons and early days of, DC and Batman Beyond and all of those things. So to see that be celebrated now, and anime. I was such a Sailor Moon fan, and just to see that.
Yeah, I got my Naruto right
Naruto,
here.
I saw your hat.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
But anime, when I was little, I got made fun of for that shit. You know what I mean? And now it's like so celebrated. So I have a daughter, and she goes to school with her Sailor Moon backpack, and I'm like, this is amazing. Like, this is just, it's what the culture is today, and it's all accepted, which I love.
And it's funny you say that, because when you say nerd culture, it's such a broad term, because there are so many different types of nerds. I actually had I went to San Diego Comic-Con last year, and I had an interview with Chris Jericho, and we were just talking about what is a nerd, and he made up such a good point. He was like, you could love plants and be like a botany nerd. You know what I mean? It's being a nerd is just something you're passionate about. And when you go to these cons, yes, cosplayers are awesome. It's one aspect of it. It's great to see kids come up to you. They come up to me thinking, oh, look, it's really Luke Cage. And not to get off the topic, but I never cosplayed before, never planned on it. But being a bald black man and having a goatee, and I was happened to be wearing a yellow shirt. Someone was like, "Oh, you're Luke Cage," and I'm like, "No, my name's Darnell, dog. What you talking about?" They're like, "No, you're Luke Cage," and I'm like, "Wow." Then I started, I remember the comic Luke Cage, and then I was just like, "Oh, this is easy." So that just got me into cosplay, because they said I kind of look like the dude Michael Coulter, and it's fun, just to dress up. But what I was saying is, so when you go to these cons, you have cosplayers, you have board game fanatics, like gamers and board gamers. That's a whole nother demographic of nerds. That's a whole nother demographic of nerds. Then you have the actual comic book collectors. You have toy collectors. You have jewelry makers. You have nerddom is just such a broad thing. It's just like whatever you love, you should feel comfortable going to these cons and find your little niche there. So, but yeah, just going back to what you're saying, like, first of all, I think you look just like Wonder Woman, so I can see that. You ever want to come do an event for the Party Nerds, holler at your boy.
I will take you up on that.
And
Let me get in shape first.
She's got the height, too, because she's what are you, like 5'9", Jewel?
5'9", yeah.
5'9", so she wears the height well. Tell me, the first time, like, we did the show at a Halloween party, she walked in as Wonder Woman. I'm like, holy shit, it's perfect. Like, perfect. And everybody at the party's like, dude, who is that? I'm like, relax, boys. That's Jewel. She's kind of like my sister from another mister, so hands off. But yeah, like, she dominates it. And that's the cool thing, like you said, like Luke Cage. And you did Black Panther, like, when you can get it close and actually be close to that character, people are like, hey, like, you're it. That's you. I have nobody. I look like little fat Italian nerd guy. So that's my character.
It's Mario. It's me. You're Mario.
Hey, I got shave
the beard and just curl the mustache a little bit. Just eat mushrooms and just be all bugged out and be like, yeah, he's been eating mushrooms. No, not those type of mushrooms. The other ones.
I like it. I'm going to go to the next. So I noticed you guys that you do movie reviews. You went out and saw the new Mario movie, Shazam, and you get out and see all of them. Give us a review, first of all, of Mario. And tell me, like, do you go into a movie focused on reviewing it, or you say, let me just chill, watch it, and then go from a regular guy's standpoint?
So, ironically enough, you mentioned Lenny, Christian. Me and Lenny used to bounce together years ago. He introduced me to marketing, a big entertainment global marketing company called Allied Marketing. Once Allied merged, like, and this is, goodness, our relationship's going on like 6 years now. Since we've merged with Allied, has the Party Nerds post events, we interviewed Kumail Nanjiani and Dave Bautista, cast of The Witcher. It's like such. First of all, I'm just honored that we have this opportunity to do it. So a lot of times, when we do these interviews, it's just like so fascinating just to hear people's stories, where they came from. So I mean, honestly, at this point, I just love doing the movie reviews. To answer your question with Super Mario, fantastic. Look, but I did say I wasn't sure if people that didn't grow up playing the game would totally get it.
Okay.
It's like, if I'm going to be just a fair, not a bias, if I'm going to be real, I loved it because I remember playing Super Mario 1, Super Mario 2, Super Mario Galaxy, all that. You're going to get the references. You're going to love it. If you don't have a clue of any of that, you might be a little lost, but it has such charm. Like Jack Black, he made the movie with his singing. He was fantastic.
Oh man,
I like
I'm
that.
seeing it this weekend. I can't wait. But yeah, there has to be a million Easter eggs in it.
Yep, and there's Yoshi eggs too.
Oh my god, I love Yoshi. Yoshi's my dude. I'm always Yoshi. I will fight people, whoever wants to be Yoshi for a Mario Party or for whatever. But I didn't really see. But wait, I just have a question. I don't want any spoilers because I'm seeing it this weekend. But I just hope there's Yoshi representation in the film because I didn't see a lot of that in the trailer.
So just remember, Yoshi representation. YLM. Yoshi lives matter because they need representation too. All you little cartoon dinosaurs, your Spyros, your Yoshis,
Yes.
they need representation in the media. We're gonna fight for this. That would be a spoiler, so I'm gonna let you wait and see on that. But it's fun. It's a fun movie.
That's awesome.
And I'm really excited to see it too. And Yoshi, of course, supposed to Yo in Yosho.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
I can't.
Shameless plug. While you're doing it, Party Nerdz. Hey, shameless plug, shameless plug.
Oh, that's a no shameless here, man. Knock it out of the park.
Well
And it's
done.
funny because we went to a brewery over the weekend up here in Bristol, and they had the old Nintendo games. So me and my buddies and family and all are drinking beer. My wife's in the corner playing Mario. She's a Mario geek.
What is it, Marioki?
I said she's a Mario geek. She is. She loves Mario stuff. Loves it.
I just heard something entirely different. I thought you combined Mario and karaoke. So I thought you
I
said
know.
karaoke. And I was like, wow, that's pretty awesome.
It's not a bad idea,
That's
though.
like-
Picking
There we go.
characters.
You got something. Let's market it.
It's funny because, like, here we are, like, we're three, like, pretty good-looking people, and back in the day, people were like, I'm nerds are ugly, and this, that, and the other thing, and I'm like, you know what, man, like, for a nerd, and my wife's always like, oh, I'm going away, don't have any girls over. They would come down here and like, my God, your husband's such a nerd. That's not such a bad thing nowadays, so is it? It's like cool to be a nerd nowadays, isn't it, to be geeked out about
The
stuff?
tip to be square.
It is.
See, you're showing your age, Huey Lewis, in the news. So I've talked about this before. Back in the day because I used to work at LA Fitness, and you had to wear the uniforms, but whenever I would take my break and actually work out, I would put on a Superman shirt. Mind you, this is like 2010, 2011. People would look at me like, this guy. First of all, Superman's not black, so I don't know who you think you are, But there was a time, like, it wasn't popular. I would be in the gym just wearing, because I've had nerd shirts forever. And nowadays, it's just like, I'm just one of the Justice League. They're like, oh, here's Aquaman. Hey, what's going on, Cyborg? It's just like, they're everywhere now. Nerd culture,
Yeah.
it's officially cool to be a nerd.
I've made it. Finally, my people.
You've done it.
But I want to know what are some of your favorite games and movies from the last like 2 years, let's call it, or this year. I can't even remember the last 3 years.
So games and movies. So, okay, now I want to be honest with you, Joel. You said something earlier about I'm in full anime mode right now. So I've actually, I started One Piece, which is a task in itself because it's over 1,000 episodes. But I'm finally almost caught up during the pandemic, and also during the pandemic, which is the time people just have to catch up on every show they could imagine. So another fandom I really got on was the Star Wars stuff, the Clone Wars, Rebels. One of our party nerds, Samantha Catalano cosplayer, Jillian, they love Star Wars, so we have our own chat where we're always just talking about Star Wars, anime, all the different things. So right now, One Piece game, only game I really play, it's like a game you play just when you're just I get done work and I'm like, oh, let me put this in. You're just playing the game. It's Street Fighter 5 because I've always loved Street Fighter, and my company, Jorge, thought he could beat me, but he just can't. He's just really not that good, you know. So everybody out there watching this, pray for Jorge because he sucks and he wants to get better. But you know, he uses Kenya. Lord, please help Jorge. He needs your help. But
I gotta tell you, we also have a Twitch network, and maybe one of these nights we get it on Twitch, and you and Jorge go at it on Twitch.
Whoa, it's going. I'm always down for it, and also in our company too. But like a lot of us play, so just to go back to Devin Wade. So when we started our podcast, we started the podcast probably in 2015. We started it, and when we did it, we were at Wildfire Studios, and you know, we would have callers coming from like. Are you familiar with Wildfire?
No, just studios. We had one for a brief run, then the pandemic, and we lost it. So, you know.
So this is all pre-pandemic. So when we were starting the show, we were getting callers in from all over the world. Again, this is when we were like this. It was almost like a full-time job with the Party Nerdz. So what happened was Devin Wade was like, you know, we can build our own studio. So that's what we did. So we now have our own studio in Pennsauken. You know, Devin, it's not just Party Nerdz. He started $1 million worth of game podcast, started at SFX Studios, you know, and stuff. So it's kind of like with the Party Nerdz, there's been so many branches, like different people from the company have gone this way, going that way, and all still within the genre of nerd culture too.
It's amazing. It's like I said, it's amazing how the whole thing is blown up. And right now it's very hip. It's all over social media. And you talked about it. We talk about it here. There are negatives of social media, and we all know what they are. But there's some great stuff too. Finding people, like yourself. I had to be out one day in the car doing hunting, as I call it, like hunting for Funko Pops, like a true nerd. And I come across your profile, or somehow I came across you and Party Nerdz. I'm like, what is this? And I start searching, and my buddy's like, I know Darnell. Like, I've been to his premieres. He's an awesome dude. And I message in, the rest is history. So there's those great points of social media where you can just find just about anybody. Now, anybody that wants to be found, I should say.
So we've actually, there's been a handful of our Party Nerdz that we actually met on social media. Amber, there's a girl named Amber. We were having a contest. We were looking for a gamer girl because we were going to really blow up our Twitch, and we were looking for gamers. So we had a contest. So Amber from Orlando, Florida, ended up winning. Now she is in a full-blown relationship with my brother, living in New Jersey. You know, so Party Nerdz brings people together. We were just like matchmakers too. We have people out in California. Again, I'm personally close with like Code Boss Logic. He's like a friend. So, and you know, just you just meet people from all over. It is networking, you know, because when you put a post up where someone shares it, and you know, especially early on, it was a lot smaller. So when people follow you, you knew who they were. You're like, hey, I'll follow you back. You develop a relationship. Now, yeah, there's just thousands of people. People are like, hey, Darnell, remember me? And I don't want to be that asshole. So I'm just like, hey,
man. Yeah.
I know, but these cosplayers are celebrities in their own right. And I followed Cutie Pie Sensei for such a long time. And I saw she was on your podcast. I'm like, oh my God, because she did all of my favorites. She did Zelda and Avatar and Wonder Woman. Like she does it all. But how is your relationship with like just the cosplayers you bring on the podcast? And podcasting and cosplaying are a little different.
Well, first of all, Jasmine Cutie Pie she's a market. All of your big cosplayers are marketing geniuses, you know, because I don't care what people say, like, oh, you know, they need to put on whatever. Like, no, these people are just so. First of all, Jasmine, like Cutie Pie Sensei, does not. She's an artist, so she not only does she create her cosplay, she sketches them out like a professional. So she's on another.
She goes on like tours. She goes to like across the world just to do this stuff, and it blows my mind.
There's a handful of really talented, like Jasmine's one of them. You have Riddle Lakoki or whatever, like Riddle's Dirty Cloth. You have like the earlier ones like Amp and stuff like that. All these people are just like, they're amazing. They've been doing it for so long. And again, I got to be honest with you, not anyone, but there are aspects of toxicity in any culture. I don't care if it's nerd culture, business, hospitality, but for the most part, the people that get far are the good people. They're the cool people. They're the people that don't put their ego above everyone else, and that's who we like to associate with, because it's all about good energy, and a lot of times when you feel bad energy, you just got to distance yourself because you don't want people bringing you down.
Yeah, I feel that.
Ain't that the truth?
Yeah, and you mentioned Jessica Nigri, who I love, think she's super, and Angel Griffith is one I looked into a lot. I love her stuff, and there's so many. I mean, the women are all sexy, the guys all look tough. It's amazing how it's almost like, and answer me if I'm wrong, you got to be kind of fit and in a proper shape to present yourself like that. Do you not?
What do you think?
That's a tricky one, because in the cosplay community, you don't want to be judgmental. So you can have people of all sizes. Is it kind of normal for people that really seem like, yeah, sometimes they're the ones that get the more followers, but there's some good, super skinny, super heavy cosplayers. There's so many good cosplayers out there now, like different colors. It doesn't matter, It's in the cosplay community. I think nowadays they look at your creativity, so your posts. So keep in mind, when you have a platform, it's just like a TV show. Back in the day, we didn't have social media, so we was like, oh, look, G.I. Joe's on, Transformers are on. So now you have influencers. Their pages are their own reality show. So you're watching what they do, So there's some people you might not want to see the perfect tens and stuff like that. You might want to see the person that's just having fun, doing crazy. Like there's one guy named Captain Cash. He just does the craziest, funny cosplays, and it's good. So that's his niche, is just funny, crazy stuff. So everybody has their own thing that draws people to them, I should say.
I have a good question. Okay.
Okay.
Because I love, and we were talking about this before you came on, but I just want to see a different version of Wonder Woman, obviously, because she's my favorite, but I love seeing the different versions of, say, Joker or Batman. What is your favorite casting? Who do you think fit the mold perfectly?
Are we talking Marvel and DC or just general?
You can have a few, but yeah.
So perfect casting. Number one has to be Professor X, Patrick Stewart.
Whoa, great answer.
You can't imagine anyone else playing.
No, you can't.
And just because he just owned, not only did he accurately represent the comic book version, he just has that English accent, I always think Enterprise engaged, but I think he was awesome. Believe it or not, I think Ryan Reynolds is killing it as Deadpool. I think he has that naturally crazy, off the whim personality. I think he's doing a great job as Deadpool. Now, this is argued amongst the party nerds, but I like Ben Affleck's Batman.
Really?
Wow.
I like Michael Keaton. Not a huge Christian Bale fan.
We gotta go. No.
Listen, at least we're not talking about George Clooney's bat nipples. We're not talking bat nips.
No bat nips, no. Him and Chris O'Donnell.
Over Ben Affleck any day.
Well, you know what the thing is that he actually acted like Bruce Wayne. I mean, the Batman vs Superman, I think, just had some writing script problems. Problems. It was really just not well thought out. You had an old variation of Batman, then you had a young, the youngest variation of Lex Luthor, and then between that Superman, it didn't jive. It didn't add up. Someone said perfect cast the entire Batman and Robin movie. Oh wait, who's in the Batman? That was with Chris
O'Donnell.
Chris O'Donnell, yeah.
Alicia Silverstone,
Uma Thurman.
You know what? Okay, but that was entertaining. Those are one of those movies where if you watch it like Street Fighter the movie, it's not like, oh, Jean-Claude Van Damme, you did a great job as Guile. No, you was horrible, but I watch it all the time.
Oh, sure. So we did casting, and you named a couple of not really off the wall ones, but ones that are slightly outside the normal cuff. Like we said, who did we say earlier, Joe? Oh, like Robert Downey Jr. All right, perfect. But to nail Patrick Stewart and Ryan Reynolds shows that you 110% know yourself, because that's a little bit outside the box, but amazing. Let's get everybody. We'll go Drew, we'll go Darnell, and myself. The favorite person you like seeing cosplayed, because for me, It's Velma from Scooby Doo because I love seeing how because some of the women sex it up, some of them nerd it up. They're all the
Yeah,
like I
that's
said,
what a
bigger.
fetish.
Yeah, that's a little bit. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it is a little bit of a fetish. I got the Funko Pop up there, and it is a little bit, but I love all the different approaches because it's always sexy, and she was never meant to be sexy. It was always Daphne that was sexy. Now Velma's
I gotta
sexy.
think about this.
All right, so Jewel will think, Darnell, who's your favorite person to see cosplay?
The C represents, so on our Party Nurse page, we do a lot of cosplay spotlights that I'll put together. I'm trying to think. I gotta be honest, on the female side, I'm gonna say Harley Quinn.
Yes.
Just because there's so many variations of Harley Quinn. You know, and Wonder Woman too. There's like, you could do the Golden Suit 1984. You could do the Linda Carter TV show. You can do Down to Ghost Show.
She's got them all.
Yeah. So like any costume wear or character where they've had different looks and stuff is always kind of fun to see what someone does with it. So I would say Harley Quinn. I would have to think about Guy. I would have to think about that.
I'm getting blown away in the nerddom here. Darnell's kicking my ass in nerddom here. And that's a good thing, though.
I know. I really enjoyed when I was She-Hulk last Halloween,
Ooh,
and I
Xena.
loved. Oh, Xena's great.
That's good.
But I was researching. Oh, it was Bowser the last Halloween too. So I was looking at like just the creativity of She-Hulk and Bowser. I love like the villains and everything. But you know what I love? I love Zelda so much, and seeing people cosplay as just like, you know, the NPCs that are off to the side or just like not the main character, and how they put those together are just that does it for me. So yeah, either like badass villains or like not important characters.
You can tell you're a gamer nerd, so you're going into the gaming fandom and stuff. You know, I mean, Legend of Zelda, like when they had, we went to one game where they had the mask of, you know, Master Majora. I've seen some really cool, especially with the Breath of the Wild, not Breath of the Wild. Is that the Zelda?
That's the new one. The new one's coming out on May 12th. I took off the entire day. Like,
are you saying that's not a GameStop? You're like, oh!
Well, be first in line. Yeah, but Majora, I'm actually on the last temple, on the last boss. I'm trying to save it until the new game comes out. So I like intersect into the new game. And that is, I'm telling you, one of the darkest games I've ever played. It's so creepy and eerie because it's really not a part of, you know, the Zelda history or in the game flow. It's just like a weird dream state and pretty dark.
You like dark and weird. Remember Alice Madness Returns? That was one of my favorite games. It was based on Alice in Wonderland. It was on PlayStation 2, and it was just literally taking the whole Alice in Wonder storyline and just getting dark, like straight up, like because she was in a psych ward. You know, it's deep. If ever you want to go back and play a retro game, I think it's called Madness Returns or Alice in Wonderland Return to Madness. But yeah, that had like I do like games that actually. More than fight games, I'm not big into like Call of Duty and stuff where you just go around. You know, I like theater and stuff. Yeah, I mean, I'll do it for fun, but like I like puzzles. I like stories where you can complete it. Like I love the Batman Arkham series. Loved it.
Yes.
You know, I think just that the fact that you know you can work up to a certain villain, then you can do side quests. Like I like stories. I don't like exactly. So
I suck at those games. I do enjoy them though, but I'm the guy throwing a controller all the time. I'm just not good at them.
You're a Frogger type of guy?
No, I'm a sports guy. I play baseball, football, and all them, and I like them. I try the adventure games. I'm not good at them. This is definitely Jewel's. It's very rare on an episode I could pick up and go to the bathroom and come back, and Jewel will be still rambling. This is right up her alley.
I would be good tonight, and I don't say that often.
I'm telling you, Darnell, you got it. You got somebody to fill in if you ever need another party nerd. Jewel's right up your alley.
Oh,
perfect.
Yeah.
So this year we are going to San Diego. Last year I went with my friend Sarah Chu. I don't know if you saw. We did Beavis and Butthead cosplay,
yes, that was
and we
awesome.
actually Mike Judge shouted us out. He was like, "That's awesome!" So we're most likely going to be doing it again this year. I really want us to do like Ren and Stimpy. You know, like I just like cosplay. Like cosplays, no one would think of, you know, because I don't know. Sometimes you just got to be weird different.
Someone should be Stimpy's fart. I just remember that episode. His friend was the fart.
He's got it all figured out.
Oh, wait, say that again?
Oh,
Stimpy?
the episode where Stimpy as like his
Oh,
friend
his
and it's
fart,
his
he
own
was
fart.
talking to his fart. Yes. His name was Stinky. He was saying, "Oh, joy, Ren. Happy, happy, joy, joy."
Oh yeah, my niece's cat is Stimpy. We love Ren and Stimpy.
You paint her nose blue.
Yeah.
So, a little bit more serious subject. You do this video a lot, and the word that's very popular is an ugly word, but the word narcissist comes out a lot. And of course, there's stalker, narcissist, and just people who are bad energy.
Right.
How do you deal with people of that nature? And obviously they're not part of Party Nerds because you guys are always out having a good time. We try to do it here. How do you deal that out of your everyday life?
Wow, that's a whole nother podcast. But to simplify, what I'll say is I was motivated recently just to do videos on narcissism. Again, I'm not like, I don't have, a medical degree. I've done a lot of research, so I always let people know that I'm not, I'm not a psychiatrist, by any means. But I do know people, I do know, certain things, certain pitfalls I've fallen in many times in my past, and I'm not going to get specific at all, but sometimes you just got to live and you learn. I always say, like, if you stub your toe in the corner, like, it hurts, fine, just don't do it again. If you stub your toe in the same corner over and over again, there's something you got to look at yourself, like, why do you keep doing this? So when it comes to relationships and you meet people and it could be for superficial reasons, like, that girl looked good, or you might be like, oh, that guy's hot. But, what is there? There's nothing. It's like the older I get, the more looks don't mean anything anymore. It's all about who you are on the inside. If you're a good person, you can literally have an extra eyeball on your head. It don't matter. You're just a good person. People are still going to want to be around you, And again, with these narcissist videos, like it's just like a passion side project for me, and I'm surprised that it's taken off the way it is, because it's just pretty much me giving people signs of to look out for. Because what narcissists, a lot of times they don't have empathy, so they see you as someone they can take advantage of and someone that can move them forward. So if they have to step on you, if they have to do whatever, and that's tough. People that have lived with narcissists are people, that have narcissist relationships in their families. It's, these people are really going through hell, but they feel like they're trapped because a lot of these narcissists use psychological manipulation. Like, you really need me. I really need you. And then the person's like, well, maybe they'll change. They don't change. They're doing that on purpose. So, again, that's a whole nother podcast.
I do watch the videos. I do enjoy them, and it's very insightful. And a guy like you, your voice is strong. You're very confident when you speak. It's like you prep well and lay out a good message. So every time you come on with a new one, I watch your messages. I love it. I love listening to your stuff. I love Party Nerds. I love your reviews. I love all of it, man. I'm a giant fan.
I love you, Jim. I love you so much.
Such an episode. Let's get in there. Get in there. On that screen.
I love you.
I love people that do it and embrace, like, so you embrace the nerdum and you embrace the fun and etc. We got to Party Nerds rule. Absolutely, I'm with you.
Oh wait, that is Jorge Vergara. He started the company Party Nerds with me. Like when I was married, he was best man. He's like my best friend, and he's so it's funny with the Party Nerds. In the dynamic, he does all the business stuff. Like, he's great with numbers. All this stuff behind the scenes with our website and stuff like that. That's Jorge. So I'm like the face of the guy. He's like the guy, the real nerd, like putting his glasses up and typing on the keyboard. So that's him.
Jorge, thank you for tuning in. I heard you suck at Street Fighter.
Oh, he's terrible. He's absolutely terrible. Yeah. I actually have video proof of this where, but you know what? He's practicing, he just had a baby, so maybe his legacy can carry on to a son that is actually a lot better than him. So
my daughter kicks my butt all the time at Mario Kart. Like, I don't even know where it happened. True story.
I said, I'm outclassed. My wife beats me at every Mario game ever invented. She's so much better at him than I. She can't beat me in the sports games or Guitar Hero, but you give her anything Mario, I'm on level 1, she's on level 10, and laughing at me and blindfolded and the whole 9 yards. It's pretty scary. She's actually very good.
So the Mario Kart, the movie is so good.
When they take Rainbow Road, it's so good. Just you wait, Jewel. You're going to be blown away. It's pretty awesome.
I'm so excited. I had to wait for my cousin because he's the one that got me into video games. So we're having a big group and we're all going. Do you have any plans to go to Super Nintendo World? And I know they're opening one here too, but the first one is in California. It looks pretty cool.
So we are actually a bunch of the nerds. So true story, last year we were supposed to be going to Japan. Everything was paid for. Everything was paid for. Everything was booked. But the pandemic was still winding down. Japan was one of the last countries to fully open. So if we would have went through with the trip, there's a curfew. Half the attractions were closed. You had to wear a mask. Now they've lifted this, but so we canceled it, and thank God we did because they just announced that in 2025, Star Wars Celebration is going to be in Tokyo, Japan, and it goes to the Mario thing because they have the Super Nintendo World out there, So
the original.
The original one. So we are going to be checking that out in 2025. But yeah, I was in Orlando Universal Studios 2 years ago, or was it last year? But I didn't go to the Mario part because it wasn't finished yet. So
Yeah. I can't believe California beat us, but California is smaller, so hopefully Orlando will be more expansive, more like the Japan one.
Oh yeah, no. First of all, just Orlando in general is just the city of attractions. I say you could stay there for 2 weeks and literally still not be able to see all of Universal, Disney World, Magic Kingdom, Animal. There's just so much to do there. It's always a good time.
Oh, also they're building rumor mill, but they're building like an entire Hyrule with Zelda's castle and everything, like next to Super Nintendo World. So hopefully that's what I'm here for.
So the Mario verse is being created right now.
I mean,
so for Darnell and Jorge, while he's out there, a Party Nerd South with me and Jewel running the South chapter.
Listen, we have no. We have. So if you're on social media, there's a lady named the Yummy Geek. She's a food nerd. So she's based in Orlando. She's our Florida satellite right now. So anything in Florida, we have a guy named Codex, up in Rhode Island. We have people in California. I have a good friend out there, Colin the Blur, who does a lot of Power Ranger stuff. So Party Nerds, again, we don't give you a contract, but like, oh, here you go. Sign this and you will be a party nerd. It doesn't work like that. Yeah, we do have our inter sanctum of Party Nerds. I don't know if you've ever watched our podcast, but whenever we need real nerd knowledge, we got to go to James. James Graham After Facts, James Boyce, who's also literally the head of operations for HQ and AC. So we're nerds, but we're still living our lives working 9 to 5. So there's so many like different types of nerds in our company. You got Bravo, who just had the baby, he was a special ops person, and then us party nerds are just so eclectic. It's a wonderful thing.
It's amazing. And I think I got one more idea. I'm a married man, but I kind of like the Party Nerds cosplay singles mingle. Some singles out there in costumes, and let's get nerds together with more nerds and give birth to little nerds and keep the trend going forever because it's so much fun. There's so much out there. Like you say, this to me is my nerddom. I got 300 of these. I love each and every one of them just the same. Ooh.
I feel like if you pull one out, they're all going to collapse in like slow motion.
Pretty much. And I even got my deluxe Michael Jordan Upper Deck limited edition. I got them all, man. I got so many. Let
me get my pops. I'll be right back.
All right.
Booze Cruise, New York Comic-Con Booze Cruise. Don't tempt me.
Right?
That's the kind of cruise I would sign up for.
My wife is definitely the cruise.
We in New York Comic-Con, we used to throw the cruise parties up there. So we've done that. The CGG cruise, Party Nerds we didn't do it the last 2 years. We did it before the pandemic, where literally we would have all the big cosplayers come on there. Kristen Huey was always a headliner. Vamp, who's been a cosplayer for a while. So we've done that. If you want to check out our cruises, we do have videos. But here's my favorite pop.
Hit me.
I had to get this. That was a must.
That's so cool.
That's a great one. I love that one too. I got them everywhere. They're on the floor and the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, I got mine. I have
That,
they're hidden. They're hidden though. That's the golden.
oh, okay, cool.
Jeff got it for,
Nice.
didn't you get this for me, Jeff?
Yes, I did.
love
I got
it.
more for you too. And they said the one year that we had pandemic
Oh, this one
Halloween,
too.
we did a live show at a local bar for Halloween. Jewel had the gold costume and couldn't get there with it. And it looks
I know.
great. I saw the pictures. Like she's got all the. She's a Wonder Woman. She's a
I'll
superstar.
tell you what. So we going back to the movie premieres. We're going to be hosting the Guardians of the Galaxy. And I don't know if you guys know Nikki Geeks. She's like my co-host, partner in crime. She's awesome. As far as energy, like she's, I always bring her with me to any event because when it comes to networking, people, actually, Dave Bautista was just like, that was the best interview I've ever had in my life, just because she brought the energy. That's why I'm so quick to tell people positive energy is everything. You don't have to be a superstar. It's contagious. And when you feel people throwing negativity at you, just turn your back. Have them no mind.
We are. We're like
this
200.
tonight.
Right, exactly. We're over 5 years strong, 238 episodes just because we come out and
That's
have
awesome,
fun.
man.
And everybody always says, what a great time. Thank you. Greatly appreciate it. People are like, this is fun. And like I always said, it's like me, you, and Jewel hanging out at a bar or a restaurant, just shooting the shit, man, and just being us. And that's what I love so
Found the
much about
alcohol.
doing this.
Instead, we
Yeah.
had Purcell Wooders.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had iced tea. I drank all
Oh,
mine.
you are Wonder Woman everything.
She does.
You have Wonder Woman socks on, don't you?
I have them.
That's on the weekends. Oh, that's great stuff. So, in closing, obviously, we usually do a half hour. We had you for 45 minutes, and honestly, we could do this all night. But I'm going to give you an opportunity to go. But let's keep in touch, man. We'd love to get out to anything Party Nerds, a party, an event, a movie, etc., and just come out, hang out, have a great time. You can find Darnell Hicks, www.partynerds.com, his website. Instagram at the Party Nerds, or Cage Nerd is his personal. I like Cage Nerd because he's a stud. The guy's a nerd and a stud. Like, how can he be both? It's not fair. He's got it all.
I still got to get in my summer shape. I'm almost there. I got like 15 pounds to go, so I'm like Caged Burger right now, but I'll be good.
Costumes are my motivation, though. I will say that.
There you go.
Straight up, yeah. We're actually doing we're doing an event this weekend. I'm supposed to be Green Lantern. I'm just comfortable enough to do that right now. But yeah, you're right. You're so right, Joel. Like whenever it comes to just like trying to train, lose weight, I always think about what conventions coming up. Once you think about the convention, you're like, you know what? I'm not eating. I'm to get myself ready for it.
I did Freddie Mercury one year for Halloween. It was like Freddie at like age 60. Had a little gut going. Just wasn't that hot. I mean, it looked good. I was good at it. But just,
You're the champion. Sounds like tuberculosis.
And so seriously, we just want to thank you so much for coming on, and we'll do it again, man. We'll stay in touch and bring you back on the show and just talk more geek stuff. Jewel, like I said, 238 episodes. We have not missed yet with a great guest, but I've never seen Jewel shine and smile so
I
bright.
know, I've been
It's
smiling so much.
she loves the gaming, and
Stop,
yeah, she loves it.
Joel.
And we appreciate your time so much. I know you're
Yeah, man.
busy
Thank you very
too.
much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you guys for having me. And you guys, let's keep in touch. Let's do some events.
You got it. Have a
Thank you
great
so much.
night. Darnell Hicks, ladies and gentlemen, co-founder of the Party Nerds, and just one of the coolest PR people do in all of Pennsylvania. No, Jewel, I didn't even get a chance to ask him some of the essentials, like what's his favorite Philly stuff and etc. Because that's the kind of guest that you branch out and you start talking about everything. And you lit up like, I joke around how I would walk away and I'd come back and you're in silence. I could have walked away, came back, and you could have been in the middle of a whole new episode.
I know, I would have been good tonight.
You're great. You're great every night. But tonight was really your thing. You were shining. You were really out hosting the host. And I love that. And I know that's stuff you love. And you've mentioned, like, let's game. Like, let me do a gaming thing on here and stuff like that. And it's your wheelhouse. And I love that. I really do.
I was thinking earlier, I'm like, I'm just not, I'm not the best speaker. I'm really not. But when it comes to stuff I'm passionate about, I can talk all night about that. So, I was super excited for Darnell to come on tonight. And, what a fun episode. And we played Sepsis. Like, this is a great night.
Right. It's a great night. New Sepsis and Darnell Hicks and just everything was terrific about it. And like I said, I was in the car, I was out shopping, I scrolled, I'm like, hey, this guy looks really cool. And my buddy Christian was like, I know Darnell. I was like, dude, he's very cool. Hit him up. Tell him you're hanging out with me. Tell him you want to have him on the show and talk about stuff. And it was that easy. And he got back to me right away. And I'm like, man, what a cool guy. And he's just great and a lot of fun. Like I said, nerddom is where it's at right now. As you see, like, I joke around. My wife's like, don't be bringing girls back to the house when I go to Florida. I don't know if a lot of girls would find this very cool. I'm sorry.
It is cool though.
Thank you. I think it's cool. I love it. I really do. And what a fun
I just take
episode.
mine out of the box, which I know is like blasphemy. I'm sorry,
A
but
little bit, but I love that black and white vintage one
love
there.
this
and
one. So
know.
cool. That one came with a
Love-
shirt too. My shirt.
I had, like I said, I had one for you and Joey. Unfortunately, we didn't get the link up over the weekend. I've got a
And I love him. I just won him out of a cream machine, little Shazam.
yeah, little Shazam.
The movie is really good. I started to watch it. I fell asleep, but I'll just have to watch it again.
I thank you so much, Albert. We
Thank
appreciate
you.
that. We're just here to have fun, man. We hang out, we get silly, and it's not all about, being tight-wadded. Shout out from Hawaii. Oh my God, how about that?
Hawaii.
The party nurse sent you there? Well, the party nurse just told me
Oh,
you
stop
need
it.
two personal assistants.
Yeah. In
You
Hawaii.
In Hawaii, you need the Albert Court Show with Jeff and Jewel. Because, we're just out to have fun. This is us. It's the way we act. Like, there's no hidden agenda here, and we don't do politics, religion, and we're not trying to be cutting edge. Just have fun, man. That's what it's all about. We play music, we talk about hot topics, and we just have a blast. Like I said, going up on 6 years.
Wow.
238 episodes strong plus. And we also do this thing, Albert, that we're going to do right now while we have some audience called Let's Argue. And it's fun argue. It's a good Let's Argue tonight, too.
Oh, okay.
Somebody posted this.
know
Baseball
what
season's
this is.
underway. Baseball season's underway. Pick 3 for the game. 3 snacks. There's
Stop
popcorn, beer, pizza,
Beer.
hot
Beer
dogs,
and beer.
pretzels, nachos, soda, pretzel, French fries. Right, a lot of people said beer, 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 beer. Like, cute.
I'm going to
Thank
need
you.
at least 3 beers.
All right, so like we do of late, Jewel, give us your 3 first, and then we'll dive into the audience count and see what they say. 'Cause we got a lot of people to comment on this.
I feel like at a baseball game, it has to be a hot dog.
Yes, absolutely.
At our Philly stadium, I will say, I mean beer, but come on, does that count? At our stadium, they have my favorite pizza. I mean, it's right up there. It's like top 3 pizza of my favorite, but it's from Ocean City, New Jersey, and they have it in the stadium. And it used to be Mac and Manco's. Now I think it's just Mac's. But if you're going to Citizens Bank, you better get a Mac's pizza. And yeah, I guess beer, right?
I know beer. Like
I don't eat nachos at a stadium. That's more of like
I used to eat them at the Sixers game, and it's horrible. The
yeah,
balancing
it's
is horrible.
messy.
And dude, they give you like 8,000 chips, enough cheese for 3 of them. Like
Yeah,
that of
no.
cheese.
I like homemade nachos. Like I like
Me too.
those nachos are just like salty.
I like
crap.
getting on the variation. So the audience had their chance to get at this contest. 4, 8, and 7. I
Oh,
gotta
I
go back
don't
to
see
the
the numbers.
I gotta go back to the chart. Yeah, there's numbers on them. I gotta go back to the chart and see what 4, 8, and 7
Let
are.
me see what
They
Joey's
are
picks are.
hot dog, pretzel, and soda. Okay, I like a beer. I like my $20 beers at the game. Like, Jesus. Dollar dog night for life. Dude, me and my buddy used to get 9 hot dogs and eat 1 per inning. That's before my heart attack. But, Joey, 1 popcorn. Okay.
Popcorn.
7.
Soda.
Soda, because she can't really have soda.
Right, I figured that.
And what is 5?
5
It's
is
like
peanuts.
pretzel bites. Oh, it's peanuts?
It's peanuts.
Peanuts.
What's 6?
Nachos.
Nachos.
6.
6?
6. Wow.
Yeah.
I just said no to.
You know, it's
Nachos.
funny how
So 1, 7, 6. 1,
It's funny how she smirked at 7 because it's like, yeah, I'm gonna have soda if you're giving me the chance. 5th inning shots of McFadden's. I miss McFadden's. Now it's I forget what it's called now, but hot day games beer sucks. True. That's why I
You're
got
not drinking fast enough.
Right. We got to sneak out of the tunnel and Harry the K's and have.
What is 9? Oh, like crab fries at Philly's
Right.
games, though. Chickies.
Right, like I know they did generic fries, but I'm looking at crab fries, and let's go down the list. So the audience voted the least favorite was, sorry Joey, nachos.
I like nachos. Oh, come
Next
on.
are
Nachos, man.
next is peanuts, 16
Peanuts.
peanuts, and I'm surprised because it used to be. I mean, it's in the song. Buy me
Buy me some
peanuts
peanuts
and crackers.
You're gonna stop. No, you didn't hear that. We're not getting demonetized.
Can we edit that? We don't edit here. Next is
Copyright.
popcorn.
Okay.
Well, your daughter's choices are terrible. There's popcorn near the end. 18. 19 votes pizza. And like Jewel said, nowadays the pizza has gotten fancier, like it's Manco's and the whole 9 yards. Your nachos are messy. Your napkin ratio better reveal. That right there is one of the greatest comments in show history. You do need to napkin up for some nachos.
Yeah.
You absolutely
Even in
do.
movies, they're just so loud. Like movies, maybe pretzel bites, but always popcorn.
I do like pretzel bites. If you're going to movie hungry, pretzel bites.
Right.
French fries with 20.
Crab fries.
So crab fries, soda with 22. Now the top 3, really no surprise, and it happened to be the 3 I picked, of course. Pretzel, but it's a Philly thing, and I guess
Yeah.
Philly people, yeah,
We
because
have good pretzels here, so
Dodger Stadium, you're getting sushi, you're not getting a pretzel.
yeah.
Fucking Dodgers. Sorry. Beer, and I don't care if it's $25. I don't care if it's $30. I'm having at least a beer,
You're buying
at
a beer.
least. I usually get Yingling at the stadium because somebody's like, "Oh, the choices are so bad." Like, not anymore. You can get pretty much any beer now.
Yeah.
Even craft beers. At the stadium.
Seltzers.
Right, seltzers. And number 1 was no shock hot dog. That's easy.
I mean, you have to. It has to be done. I'll tell you what. And we got the party package for those of you who don't know. It's a lacrosse, Philadelphia lacrosse.
That's
But you know, we got the party pack, and it was all you can drink, like $45. Yeah,
Perhaps.
probably.
perhaps.
But you know what surprised me? I look around and like all of the males, because there's beer, straight up beer, and seltzers. Like Truly. Like I like Truly. And all of the males had the seltzers and they ran out of seltzers. So I'm like,
Really?
you know, if all these I mean, to each their own, they're good, you know, but it's a little PO'd because
And not to bring up the touchy subject, but all these dudes drinking seltzers are probably the dudes bitching about Jack Daniels and Bud Light.
no one should be bitching about anything.
Right? I will
Drink
still
your drink and move on.
Like I said on Facebook today, and I made it my post. I'll drink Jack Daniels. They put a picture of my ex on there. I would still drink Jack Daniels.
That's
I don't
funny.
care. I
That's
like me
very
some
funny.
Jack. Thank you. I like Jack. A lot of people had bad things to say. I mean, it's not Jameson. It's not Tullamore. I get that. But to me, it's like the Miller Lite of whiskey. Am I right?
And I despise Jack Daniel. Like I love Captain Morgan.
Yeah. Ain't no laws. My wife always says that. Ain't no laws when you're drinking the claws. But I-
White Claw, there's the devil in the White Claw. I don't know what it is.
Dude, they got the new ones, the 8% ones. What are they called? Spike or something? My wife will know. She just had a
They-
case of them.
I don't know what it is. No, like I'm fine with Trulies. I'm fine with Stateside. All that stuff. All of it.
Stateside.
Bud Light seltzers. There's something in White Claws that makes me like immediately sick, and I don't know what it is.
I'm
It's like
sick.
the same thing in Michelob Ultra. Yeah, it's like terrible. I cannot drink it. Same
I was
with
gonna
Jack
say-
Daniels. Like I can drink Captain Morgan, cannot drink Jack Daniels.
Really?
No.
At Bailey's that day, the guy next to me is like, he's like, let's all do shots. And you know, he's a random guy, and I hit him with my tap card, which I forgot to bring downstairs. But I hit him with the tap card because he's also a beer brewer. And he's like, let's do shots. And he says, pickleback. My wife points right at me. I do like a pickleback. I know a lot of people said it's blasphemy to Jameson, but there's something about that drink, man.
They're
It just
good.
really gets me going. I
I
love them.
don't like pickleback, but yeah, those are good. Lemon drops. The green tea shots are good. Yeah, they're
Howard,
good. man.
you're on point. The heavier napkin game. Your comments are
I'm
on
telling
point.
you, it's some chemical though that's in those things that I cannot handle.
Finest chemical. Oh my God.
That's true.
I tell you, he's on fire tonight. He really is. What a great time. Love it. That's what I love about the show also is sharing the comment section, have people drop in just some great stuff. Man. More topics. Let's get to some topics because we got good ones. It was a great Let's Argue, by the way. Speaking of beer, speaking of drinks, and the whole 9 yards, Kyle Schwarber's at it again. Yards Beer and Philly Standard. It's the latest Kyle Schwarber project. You can get limited edition cans featuring Schwarber. Schwarbombs. Topics. Love topics. You remember last year they did Hoagie Fest with Schwarber, and all of a sudden he went crazy getting big hits. Maybe that's what Yards is after. And I hear if you're at the Yards Brewery watching the Phillies game, drinking one and Schwarber hits a home run, you get a free can.
Oh, stop.
Right? Is that worth it right there?
That is worth it.
Kyle Schwarber become real marketing.
Did you see that game last night? All those home runs?
Sure did, and it's nowhere near as pretty tonight. Last night was a absolute beatdown. Tonight, nowhere near as cute.
I know. I didn't even see the game. I'm on here. What happened?
It is currently, I don't know why it gave me Detroit and Toronto. It's 8-3 Marlins.
Oh,
the top
come
of the line.
on.
Yeah, rough night again for Aaron Nolan Company.
I'm going next Thursday. I'm so excited to. I haven't been to the stadium in like 4 years, man. I'm so excited to get back to a game.
You are slacking. I'm going in a few weeks on a Sunday. I'm excited for that. My brother and his kids and all that great stuff. It is early. It is early. Let's take a look. Speaking of early, I'm going to take a look at something. I have J.D. Will's face right up there. Because his Minnesota Twins out of the gate were absolutely tearing it up. Now they're down to 6-4. Tampa Bay's 10-0 though. I don't know how that got me there. But speaking of Phillies and Schwarber and Beer Jewel, this breaks my heart when I saw this. Because I wanted one so badly. Where the hell was the clip at? There it is. The beer bats. They're like sold out already.
Are you serious?
They obviously didn't think ahead in planning on the marketing scheme. And it's a giant bat that they fill the beer with. And it looks amazing. But I hear it's going to be sold out and no timetable on its return. I heard there's a drink Bud Light like it in the can. But okay, that was pretty good. That was very good. Matter of fact, I know who that is. And
actually, I'm drinking tonight. Ooh.
Hey, really? I'm just not a fan.
It doesn't have rainbow. I'm pissed.
I'm just not a fan. I just don't like Bud Lights. I don't do it anybody.
Tough times.
Yeah, there you go. Money's tight. Times are hard. My beer sucks. Well, yeah, so the beer bats are sold out. I want one so bad. Now it's going to be this competition thing where people are going to be racing to get them, and I know I'm going to be shut out.
I want one.
So I'm going to add it to my collection, damn it.
You're bad.
What's that? You remember what happened? Who's bad? He's bad? Oh, I know he's bad. Of course he is.
Okay. Never mind.
What did I miss?
Moving on.
All right, he's going on incognito tonight, so you don't know who it is. I know who it is. He's incognito. Favorite ballpark food? Go. Oh, J.D. Wolf, I got to tell you, dude, if you ever find your way to Philly, and Jewel might know this, the sausage and pepper sandwich is fantastic. You know? I think they're really good at the Phillies game.
Oh, yeah. No, they're amazing.
The sausage and pepper is so good.
Charlie Manuel just came out with his own steak joint at the stadium, so I have to try one of those. The line was like so long. Everyone wants Charlie steaks.
That's what irks me.
Also, the Bull has a restaurant there too.
Bull
Greg
Barbecue.
Lazinski.
The disappointing part about Bull's Barbecue is you think you're getting it fresh off the grill, you're not. They make them, then they wrap them, and then you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and that kind of. They did the same thing with Boog Pal's Barbecue in Camden Yards. I'm like, yeah, Boog's Barbecue, and you see people firing it up. Like the Schmitter. Like, you know how much. Love the Schmitter. Now, the Schmitter, J.D. Wolf, is a Philly thing. It's what? It's steak sandwich meat. I think it's pastrami or salami. Like a $1,000 dressing and on like a sandwich roll. And they're terrific. But when you get them at the Phillies game, they're pre-made and pre-packed. They're cold.
Oh, it's like a Reuben.
Kind of.
Guess what I had Saturday?
Hit me with it.
Guess what cheesesteak I had Saturday?
Oh, well, so, all right, I'm thinking, is it one that we've talked about or one that we've
Yep.
talked about
Uh-huh.
getting?
Uh-huh.
Cafe Carmela?
Nope.
Curly's.
Yes.
And tell me it.
Holy crap. I had to wait 2.5 hours for this
Yes.
thing on a Saturday when the Phillies game was on. Holy crap. Was not expecting
It's a monster.
the cow that came out on the drive-through window. I went through
It's
the
a
wrong
monster.
drive-through window because it's so like shady. It's like a secret operation.
Used to be a barbecue joint.
Oh my god. I just went it. I'm like, here, take some, take some. Like, I can't eat all this thing.
But
It
give
was
it to me.
that big.
Yes.
It was that big. And then Joey got the mac and cheese, which was like
Oh, the mac and cheese is
a
great
sheet
too.
of cheese. She's like, what is
A
this?
little
Popeye?
crumb on it. It is like a pot
Mhm.
pie, exactly what it looks like. So, give us your review of Curly's cheese, because I know where I'm at with Curly's.
Oh my god! First of all, I love Cooper Sharp. First time I've had it, and yeah, man, that's where it's at. I'm not a real big fan of the seeded rolls. I'd rather take
I like to see it.
I used to like Steak and Hoagie Works a lot. I love their rolls and their steaks. So, but yeah, I mean, if you're looking to like feed a party, holy crap,
Well, you can, me and the wife would
it's a
get
little,
them.
person too. So.
Yeah, it's what's like 20 some bucks, I think. But me and the wife would get it. We would eat it for 2 days. Like you can't even.
Yeah.
The tutors in from McNally's had the Schmitter all the time. The original Schmitter from McNally's,
Oh,
dude, is where it
McNally's.
is at.
Dude, that used to be my bar.
It's such a great sandwich. And like I said, you got to get it at McNally's. No offense to the ballpark, but it's got to be from there. And I made cheesesteaks tonight. It's funny you said that. I went and got the ribeye meat, and I made sure it was like lower fat because of, But I bought a half pound of Cooper Sharp cheese, fried my own onions, and Cassie said, God, this is so good. I mean, the roll was kind of shitty. It was supermarket roll, so it was kind of shitty. But next time I'm going to go to Italian People's Market and get their rolls.
Yes.
And then, oh, yeah.
Go to an Italian joint, like Italian market. There's one up by me. It's called Penna. Oh my god, I'm dying to just get in there and buy all the meats and the cheeses.
I'm telling you, we should like rotate areas on the weekend. You do Langhorne one weekend, we do Ambler one weekend. I love
man.
well, you don't live in Ambler. You're more like hours away, but it's your hangout spot. That's really fun. But I like it up there, and I like a lot of the towns up here to go out and party. And, yeah, I'm hungry. So am I, dude. I'm like starving.
I know,
again.
what the hell? What's some like Cooper
And-
Sharp cheesesteak?
And we talk about places to hang out, and I'm going to this event. And I want to share the event because it means a lot to me for a lot of reasons. So, not that one. Sorry, Philly Frank. We'll get back to that one. So, April 29th, Lovedrash Brewing, which has become like the metal haven and concert haven, and it's right here in Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, is hosting an amazing event. It's for the Team Tinman, which is support for breast cancer and brain cancer. You know, breast cancer means the world to me, and my wife has survived. And a couple of Yo-Show bands. Nailbite, of course, will be there. Mag Dillon, who will be on the show in a few weeks. Saint Diablo, Asava, Trevor's, The Abyss, all that coming to Love Drafts. April 29th. I'll be there. The wife will be there. It's my birthday weekend, so we're going to party it up. But it just, I want to thank those bands for coming together for the great cause. And again, it's Pennsylvania. There's so much to do in Pennsylvania. Even if you got to take the hour and a half, 2 hour drive, whatever it is, it's blowing up. It's becoming like the new LA for metal, like Mechanicsburg.
Oh yeah, that's like, I mean, seriously blowing up with all these huge bands. So I would love to get out there.
Yeah, and like I said, coming in June. The exact date is in my calendar here, which I feel like an old man by saying it, but it's true. June the 16th. Our friends, of course, from Sepsis make their way here. Modern Mimes will also be on the bill. Like I said, like Love Drafts knows how to do a rock show, man, and it just kicks ass. And JD Wolf, I know you're far away in Minneapolis, but man, make a plan to come out to this place. It's not massive, but it's a big brewery, and people hang out at the bar, you have a beer, a craft beer, you watch great music. I got to meet the Sepsis gang there, and they really are. Love Drafts killing with bands, and we're trying to do it down this end. Like, we're not going to be Love Drafts, but we want to have shows down in Lower Bucks, and there's bands like Nailbite, and Nailbite came right out on their social media page, said, give us a show, we'll travel, we want to play. And I'm like, holy shit, let's do something, because they're so awesome.
Come on.
FDS, like Francesca said, you guys have a show in PA, somewhere decent, call us, we'll come. Like, Jesus.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Can you imagine like the same now for me, the same room with like or same concert with like Francesca and Melissa and like I'm blown away.
I know.
Speaking of them,
We're trying to see Vita and the Wolf. I've been a fan for like 6 years.
right, and I love Jen and she's had some social issues she's been posting, but also has new music coming out too. So
I haven't
she's
seen
very
her
cool.
recent posts. I'm
We love
really
her.
gonna get more in touch.
Whoa, new bar.
Oh.
Let's check these people out before everybody gobbles them up, man. Kaleido. Oh, and dude, speaking of which, my birthday is coming up in a couple weeks, and I always watch the Christina Chris episode. Dude, Christina Chris sang "Happy Birthday" to me, and still to this day, like I want to just kiss the screen because she's just gorgeous. I love her. We do have something coming up, Jewel, and it's on a Wednesday night, and I obviously want to see if you can get here with me on a Wednesday. I know Wednesdays are tough for you, but this just came down today and through a lot of mistakes and emails and, oh, I thought it was this and I thought it was that. And look, I'll give you this date. This person hand me this date, May 17th. I'm so excited. It is the one and only Molly Rennick from Living Dead Girl. Like, holy Jesus, man. I'm so sick. I love her. I think she is gorgeous. She's also an amazing stage presence. Living Dead Girl is totally cool. They were here recently, and I did not get out to see her. And through emails, I'm like, hey, I know we shared some emails. Like, let's do something. She's like, okay, I thought I had you booked. Let's book the 17th. And I'm like, okay. I'm looking like it's a Wednesday. Okay, I'll make it work. Molly is awesome. Holy Molly, indeed. She's hot. She's a great singer, and she's sexy on Instagram. Not for nothing, but yeah, that's... and we just announced today another Wednesday nighter, Joel. I'm sorry I tried to get her for Tuesdays, but Tuesdays do not work for her. A former guest of ours who's coming back, the awesome purple and green hair of Alex. She's an amazing singer, too. She's got new music out, and we're going to have her on the program again on a Wednesday. Wednesdays we're going to go back a little bit to the guest co-host thing. No disrespect and well wishes to how Wednesday went, and Allie's got her own program now, and of course we wish her well with her own venture. And I tell people, like, you know, if you got a dream and you got an idea and a way to do it, go out and get it, man. And that's, I encourage people to do so. So Wednesdays we're going to have different guest co-hosts that we did before, and they're going to come in and enjoy the thrill of it, and we'll have somebody new each week. Tuesday, of course, is our staple. Jewel is, like I said, we're going on 6 years. She's never getting away from me. I love her to death. We have a chemistry that's rare and full, and I love you for it, dude. And I'm going to get a little misty because today was a tough day in podcasting world. I heard things about me and stuff, and I'm like, what? But whatever. Put it under the bridge.
You
Not
need to
everybody's
watch
ever-
Ted Lasso.
Yes, I got to watch freaking Ted Lasso.
No, you are Ted Lasso.
I am. I got to watch. I watched one episode, and I laughed.
Oh, did you watch one episode?
I did. I
just
watched
gets-
one
it
episode.
just
I watched
gets
the
better from
first
there.
episode. The first episode.
Keep
and, like,
going.
Okay.
I
I'm
know.
gonna-
You got to just get into it. Get to Christmas, and then you'll see.
Okay. I got to because I like him. I think he's funny.
Oh my God, he's amazing. I didn't realize all of the carpool karaoke's are on Apple TV. Like, he does
Really?
one with the Muppets, Jason Sudeikis.
Yeah.
And there's
I like
a
him.
bunch of good episodes on there.
More topics, Jewel, because get ready, fans, for a brand new super album because Taylor Swift is single again. Do we expect new revenge hits? Like, is this going to go on and become a thing again?
I don't want to hear it. I'm just don't like Taylor.
I got to admit, like, you got to admit this. She's got to be banned in bed.
Wow. I don't know.
Why are all these guys, like, walking away? Like, is she bitchy?
First of all, it seems like she goes after the playboys. Like John Mayer, he had like 10,000 girlfriends. So did
Right.
what was the other dude? Southpaw. What's his name? Gyllenhaal. Right?
Oh, Jake Gyllenhaal.
I mean, he had like a million girlfriends too. She goes after like the Pete Davidsons of the world. What do you want?
Right.
What do you want for that?
Apparently Pete Davis is where it's at.
She's just not a good singer. I don't know.
I'm not a fan.
Her songs
mean-
suck. Don't come at me.
Yeah, don't come at me. Don't come at us, Taylor. High maintenance is definitely a possibility.
High maintenance.
possible.
But her girlfriends love her. Like, she is beloved.
Maybe that's the catch. Maybe that's why she can't keep a man, Because she wants
Because
a woman.
she's, well, no, I just think she's like a good friend and she's like there for everyone.
Oh,
Maybe not for him.
I know, or maybe not for a man. This is news to me. They're coming in concert again, and last time I knew the tickets were so high, I don't think I can make it happen. However, Queen and Adam Lambert are working on new music. And I got to tell you, Jewel, dude, I don't know. I watch a ton of YouTube. Watch YouTube of Adam Lambert singing with Queen. It is freaking magic. Like, he's not Freddie, but he's a different avenue of it, and his voice is just so good on some of the songs. It is just incredible. I'm actually looking forward to new stuff.
That's cool. Yeah, he's definitely a presence. It's kind of weird that he hasn't, I don't know, branched off maybe? I thought by now he would have found his footing maybe, and not with Queen. Just because he's so an individual.
Right,
You know what I
like,
mean?
the costumes, and there was one, he did a show with Queen, and he had the black swan like wings on in this jacket, and I'm like, wow, it's not really Queen, but he makes
Right.
it work, and his voice
Yeah.
is so good. So
I
good.
mean, and how can you not love singing those songs if you can? You know
Right.
what
I mean, if I could sing
If I
those
can hit
songs,
those
I would,
notes.
right. I would
It's
never
over.
stop singing those songs if I could sing those songs. They're phenomenal. And I'm excited for new music. Hopefully they don't try too hard to be the old Queen. Hopefully they get like a modern style on it and kind of make it work. I'm excited for that. As we mentioned before, with Darnell, Super Mario, 377 million over the weekend. And they said because of it, Nintendo stocks are rising. And that's a great thing. And I know you
Good.
like that. I'm right. I want Nintendo to stay in the game. You know what I mean? I want Nintendo to stick around.
Yeah, because not for nothing, like, I have a jailbroken Wii, and we play every old game, everything. A Super NES, NES. Joey was just playing the original Animal Crossing, and I'm like, man, this looks just like the new Animal Crossing. Though I'm like, see, Zelda. What I appreciate about Zelda is that it expanded, or it tried different artworks, and Mario did that too. But and they came out with a million games. They tried a million different ways, and it works. And Zelda did the same thing, but like they stick to what they know, so it's a good. And maybe, I don't know, maybe they can expand upon that, like make it more player friendly. But I appreciate the creativity. And I saw this and I'm like, oh, this is a good idea. Because this is someone's thoughts, like future movies. And you see Zelda up there, Kirby, Donkey Kong. Like,
Oh.
I'm so excited for this movie. I hope it's as cute and nostalgic as Darnell said. I'm sure it will be, but yeah, I love it so much.
I would love to see it. And I know your light up face, your kid on Christmas today, talking about that stuff with Darnell and his kind of cave, if you will, is similar to mine. I'm like, this guy just gets it.
And it's your
very
childhood too. You know,
Yeah,
just takes you
absolutely
back.
right.
And
And it's,
you get to
you know,
share it with your own kids, so it's good times.
It's an awesome movie. A sad rest in peace to a legend, ABBA guitarist, Lassie Belander, at age 70 years old. ABBA, of course, was huge in the 70s scene and the disco scene and known worldwide for a long time. So rest in peace to their former guitarist, Lassie Belander, at 70 years old. We usually do it at the beginning of the show. If you're listening with later in the show, we're a little more upbeat. Mick Mars apparently is suing Motley Crue over royalties, etc. So I did the story about John 5. I love John 5. And I was all excited when he was joining Motley Crue. Apparently Mick didn't retire, as they said. Apparently they kind of pushed him out. And Nikki Sixx, like all the times we had to push him out on stage and prop him up. And he's old and blah, blah, blah. They're like first. There's Nikki. There's Vince. Tommy, Mick, and then Funko Pop Wall. It kind of breaks my heart, and I'm starting to think Motley Crue, maybe it's time, like Mick said, we stopped. Maybe we should all, again, just stop. I think the time has come. When it gets to this, when bandmates are suing each other because they're cheating each other on royalties, and they're still on tour and are adding new members, like remember they had John Corabi over Vince Neil way back when, like, I think it's over.
Yeah, man. You want to get out before it gets messy.
Exactly. Like,
And walk
They were-
away with what you have. Like, gee,
absolutely. Yeah, Molly Crew did him very wrong. And I was here defending Nikki a couple weeks ago. And then the more you read about them, the more you're like, and then of course Mick says it's all backtracking. You know, they don't even play instruments anymore. He's like, the earpiece, dude, all you do is hear background music. They're not even playing. It kind of blows. It doesn't kind of blow, it blows. It absolutely blows. Motley Crue. Go out and get out while they're getting it. Oh, Kiss has been ugly, and the thing with... And I'm upset, JD Wolf, because Ace Frehley claimed he was going to speak up and dish the dirt. I've heard nothing. If you ain't got no dirt, don't threaten people with dirt. You got nothing.
yeah.
Like Paul Stanley said, I'm not apologizing. You can kiss my ass. And Ace said, that's it.
Unless you just make up stuff about the other person in hopes that people believe it. But
Right, that happens too.
truth always comes out.
Exactly, like I always say, want to know anything about the Yo Show and what we do here? I got an email, a phone number, I got it all. I also have a headache, but I digress, as they say. Is that all the topics? Man, the topics seems that way, huh?
I feel like I sent you so many.
You did, but the couple you sent me, I already had on. Already had. Oh, well, let's do this anyway. Let's do this for our good friend Philly Frank. April 22nd, if you're in the Philly area, the Ridley House is back. The program is hosted by former local DJ Diego Ramos, and it's called Wow, That's Old School, TKA and K7, Rob Bass. DJ sets by Jay Roy, who of course does Xfinity Live, super cool dude. Jimmy Jam, P. Lee, Frank DeSanti, Nappy. So there's going to be a great bunch of DJs there. It's kind of an old school throwback to really the days I grew up on music, Jewel. Pretty exciting. April 22nd, 8 p.m. If you're at this, if you're in the area, 2107 McDade Boulevard, Holmes, PA. It is the, it's now the Ridley House. Frank told me what it used to be called. Hang on there, because I forgot. It used to be the. There it is. There used to be Barnaby's, which was a pretty classic name in the area. So
Is Rob Ace really going to be there?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's very cool. I said,
I just saw the episode he was on Jersey Shore and he was like DJing one of their weddings.
Right. He gets around, but anything for a buck. But it's very cool. And like I said, Diego, of course, formerly from Q102, and Frank said, you should get him on the show. We'd love to have Diego. I love talking DJ stuff in the Philly scene with people, as we did tonight with Darnell. We thank Darnell a lot for coming on the program. Who's coming up? Who's next? Who do we got? We got a lot, Jewel Tatey. And let's take a look at the banner. I, of course, gotta find the banner. I'm so bad at this banner stuff. What used to have? I used to be good at this. Now we suck at it. There we are. And oh, there it is. Okay, so next week, April 18th, we join you with Hale Sagan. We actually come back with Sagan Amory, who's been with us for years, back in the audio-only days. Sagan and Nick from Hale Sagan will be here on the 18th. 25th is my birthday. Not quite sure what we got going on. Is that the Ray Coleman night? Is it Tuesday the 25th?
It is, but
So
we got to plan it.
Right, we might go live to see Ray Coleman. If not, maybe we bring back Christina Chris for round 2 of that birthday massacre from last year. It was actually a lot of fun now. So that's what we have on the 18th and the 25th. Somehow we lost a little bit of connection, but anyway, let's just talk about more shows. May 9th, our great friends from Strange Culture. Jewel is a huge fan. They're cool guys, and they got great new music out. Very exciting. The young band Modern Yesterday on May 16th. May 23rd, another band that we saw at the Future Stars show that Jewel loves, Stealing Society. Excited for those guys as well. May 30th, we're back with Impact, Rebecca Folsom, who is one of their great artists. June 6th, a great dude I met in Nashville, Tethered Sons, Timothy Stanton Dial on the program. June 13th, another member of the Future Stars, Sunrise Cries. June 20th, Mick and Maxie. June 27th is Thunder Pets. July 18th, I'm all over the board here. Anyway, July 18th, Never Wake. July 25th, the band Tulip. 6 years of the Yo Show, August 14th. August 1st, horror actress Amy Cote. August 8th, Mag Dillon. We still got to squeeze in Modern Mimes. They're on the schedule. Haley De Sola Pinto is on the schedule in July. So much going on, but there's actually going to be a couple off days who I forgot to tell you. My wife's birthday, which is in September. It's the day after Labor Day. And Bear, you're never too late, buddy. We love you. And a big yo. So we're probably going to be out for that. Probably going to be out for the 4th of July, although I rumored around, hinted around to going live somewhere and seeing fireworks. We'll see. We're always up for ideas here on the Yo Show. Such a huge lineup coming up, Jewel. And, oh, of course, oh my God, don't let me forget, Jewel. This weekend, get out your pens and your books and your collectible autograph sessions, because the Yo Show, myself and Jewel Tatey, sorry for the small, let's blow it up real quick. Watch your face, Jewel. Future Stars, hosted by Elena Brokus, Sunday, April 16th. Lackadaisical Lemon, Rainy Days Band, Federal Fence, Ever McCarthy, Critical Mistakes, oof, Echo Trap, and there's a couple other bands that have just been added. That is at Sweeney's on Philmont Avenue. It's just $10 to get in. It's a day full of bands. Usually runs like 5 or 6 hours. They got some nice food, some pick'ems. They got great bands. They got some beers. You hang out. You have a great day. The Yo Show will be there. That's how we meet a lot of these bands that come on. And we're excited for that. So we're doing it up.
Doing it up.
I'm out of breath. Cut me off.
Sure, that's just, I know. You're going to have to split it up sometimes.
Yeah. Throw stuff at me.
Take a load off Annie. Take a load for free.
And put a load right in me.
The load right on me.
Right on me.
My brother's up from West Virginia, and I'm so excited. And we've just been jamming to some good tunes, and good too.
I was at the market the other day, and John Denver came on, and
Oh,
it makes me smile. I think of you and your love of it, and it's just awesome. And
yeah.
I found this awesome John Denver tribute guy, but he won't answer me back.
Are you
He's
serious?
amazing. He looks like him in
No.
everything.
Oh
But
my
he won't
God.
get back to me. I got to find his name again. I'll find him.
Let's go stalk him.
Oh my God, he looks just
What's his
like,
name?
I forget.
Oh, send it to me.
I got to find him. I'll have to look.
Dude, I will travel. Have Denver will travel.
Have Denver, like, is there like a, when you try to add somebody on Facebook, is there like a place where it sits, like friend request?
Yeah. Mine.
No, not people requesting you.
Purgatory.
People, not people that request you. People you requested. Oh, here it is. Wait, that might be it right there. Friends.
Are your friends? That's a good sign.
No, we're not.
Oh.
I requested him, and what the hell
You're
is
just
his name?
busy, practicing his guitar picking.
He's picking, Larry. He's picking his butt. Some friend requests will be removed. After sending 1,000, we'll start removing your oldest ones. Jesus Christ.
Really? Well, I don't know why people, they send out all the requests and then they have 5,000 friends. Just follow people.
I agree. Let's see if I do it this way. Let's go John Denver tribute. I'm going to find this guy if it kills me. So I want to show you his picture. I heard it. John Denver tribute show. This is it. Maybe not. God damn it. What is this guy's name? It's going to drive me absolutely crazy.
John Denver's original name was John Duchendorf.
Really?
Yeah.
That's him. I found him.
Oh.
So look at this picture. His name is Ted Vigil. Vigil. Ready for this?
Oh, do I know his name? He looks just like him.
He looks exactly like him. Look at that guy.
He's like his twin.
I was at work, and the parts guy used to do like a small time radio show, and he was talking about people that he met and bands. And he's like, "There's a guy that does." Because we were talking about AC/DC tribute band back in black.
Yeah.
There's a guy that does John Denver. I'm like, wait, did you say John Denver? I said, because my co-host is infatuated. He's like, look up Ted Vigil, and I look him up. I'm like, holy smokes!
I'm requesting him right now.
Yeah, maybe he likes chicks requesting a set of guys. I don't know. I got to look at it.
Oh my God.
Tess. I put Tess. I'm so excited. I'm
That's
so excited.
amazing. I'll
Is
have to
he?
find him. Is he local?
No, he's in Washington. He's all the way across. Look at that picture. Look at that.
Dude.
Right?
Scary. Did he have surgery to look like him?
Maybe. I'm starting to think maybe he. I mean, it's spooky.
Wow. Oh my god. I'm adding him.
He's
I
on
had it.
Facebook. He's on Facebook a day ago. Look, he's got like a little Elton
Oh,
John.
my sister is
He's
out
got like
that
an
way.
Elton John
Holy
mix.
crap. That's insane.
He's
Show
really
my dad.
good. I'm gonna keep going. I want to get him on the program. 'Cause I know you would die for that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. We like tribute bands, as we learned. Like Back in Black, that was phenomenal.
That was really cool. Yeah, and I mean, you're getting the experience. Like John obviously passed away in the 90s, so just to have that experience of the live music experience would be amazing to have again.
And
I
I
love
said
it.
it. I said it at work a couple of days later. I'm like, yeah. So we tried to get, the John Denver guy on the show. I said the John Denver guy because I forgot his name. And the dude's like, "You tried to get John Denver, huh? How'd that work out?" I'm like, "No, not John Denver. I mean, he's dead. I know that.
Yeah,
It might be his son. They look that much alike. It's
I'm telling you.
spooky."
that is wild.
Tomorrow I could be seen live at Keystone Volvo in Doylestown. I gotta be there 6:30 tomorrow morning. But we will be back tomorrow night. We're doing some
Just give out
Wednesdays.
your
So we had
place of
some.
work.
We had some. What's that?
Just give out your place of work. It's fine.
Oh, okay. Keystone, come find me, Keystone Volvo. Tomorrow night we are back with the Wednesday night thing, so we made obligations. So sure as hell don't want to lose nobody. The great young band Sour Station is our guest tomorrow night. Adam Kovitz, of course, did a great job bringing me and the band together. We have a special guest co-host. It's McKenna Bree from York, PA. We promoted some of her modeling stuff, and she's super cool. I heard she doesn't do stuff like this, or she's very nervous. Perfect, right up my alley. So tomorrow night we will do a program. Soul Station. They really are a cool band. Sour Station. Soul Station. Sour Station. Sorry.
There's so many S's. There's Strange Culture and Sour Station and Feeling Society. It's like, it's a lot of S's. So
I told you I messed them up, and the guys from Stealing Society are like, "Bro, you listed Strange Culture twice. Did you bump us?" I'm like, "No, I just made a total mistake."
Sorry. So many S's.
So you're in a new amp, so I can start playing and singing again. Wish me luck. Oh, well,
We'll come out to see you, Earl. Let's go.
we influenced you to play again? Man, you have simple morals. No, I'm kidding. That's awesome. Thank you. We look forward to that. We look forward to hearing it and seeing it and having it posted on social media because we're big fans of Earl. Big fans
Pick
of
a
everybody.
banjo after tonight's show.
I know, right? And get some John Denver. John Denver gonna be like, "Man, look at this babe. Jewel Tatey. I'm gonna accept her friend request." Who's this
That
geek?
John Denver's
Jeff
full of
Perini.
shit, man.
Jeff Perini. Nah. Decline. Let's get the hell out of here. Huge thanks to Darnell Hicks. Don't forget to check out the Party Nerdz.
Party
Jewel had a
Nerdz.
class tonight. And again, don't forget this Sunday at Sweeney's Future Stars Show. Here's Darnell's stuff. We'll scroll it again real quick. www.partynerdz.com. It's nerds with a Z. Instagram at the Party Nerds or Kate's Nerd to see Darnell all buff and stuff.
Oh, I'm seeing Adam Sandler Friday. How cool.
Are you really?
Yeah.
That is cool.
So excited.
That's very cool.
You should come
What's-
along. I'll
so,
tailgate.
so when you're there, I don't know if he's doing the bar area or backstage. DJ Perry Angelosi will be there, and Perry.
Oh, stop. You
Oh,
guys should
he's
come. The
so
tickets are
cool.
still available.
Really, I would like to do something. I'd love to see Perry too. He's awesome, and
Yeah.
he's also a cancer survivor, which is
awesome.
awesome. And he's a great DJ, and he's does it for all the concerts, celebrities, Sixers games. So he's like the man about town. Try to get on the show a few times. His schedule gets so backed up. Maybe we will sometime. I'd love to talk to Perry. We don't talk a lot of people that do the Philly stuff. Let's get the hell out of here. That was 10 o'clock. Jules Bladder is probably screaming right now. We will take you out with the music
Bud
of
Light.
St. Ricketts at www.strricketts.com. I will not chop up my penis, so no Bud Light for me. I don't even know half of the story, so I'm not going to act like I know. But we will see you next week, and I'm so very excited. Hail Sagan, Sagan Amory, Nick Quiano will be on the program. So I missed most of the show. I was doing some music stuff.
Just
Dude,
rewind.
Yeah, rewind. Go back and don't forget, people. It's because we sign off for the night. Don't mean you can't watch us at any time. Just go to YouTube and search The Yo Show. You'll see the
Like and
great-
subscribe. We didn't say that.
Like and subscribe. She missed us tonight. Or we're on Twitch. We're on Facebook. If all these people know where to find us, you should. Let me get straight. You should too. I can't get it. I hate the
What too?
background. I forgot to do Moist Collective tonight. I love you though. We'll do Moist Collective. Let's get the hell out of here. St. Ricketts, Jeff, Jewel. We'll see you Tuesday. Peace.
Bye.
Remember, podcasting is a community, not a competition. Love your others. Have a good night.
Was it truly blessed if the taste of it poisoned deeper than you knew? Kindly answer this. Was the point of it just to reach new heights of blue? So I'm pulling the anchor and drifting away, blinded by reason beyond disarray. It's what fire cannot burn. It's what fire cannot burn. Wanted to embrace what it takes for it, pouring salt into the wound, willing to erase what I'd lose for it, to accept what I assume. So I'm pulling the anchor and drifting away, blinded by reason beyond disarray. It's what fire cannot burn. It's what fire cannot, searching for something, destined for nothing, losing composure over and over. Truly bliss if the taste of it poison deeper than you know. Kindly answer this. Was the point of it just to reach new heights of low? So